So first thing we're going to learn, like I earlier said, is the types of orders. So we have basically two types of orders. We have instant execution and we have pending orders. All right, so I'm going to explain it. The best place you can get it is either through here, where you can either sell or buy, but I don't like using here. I prefer using the new order. Okay, I prefer using the new order. You can also see it on your phone. Okay, so when you can see we have symbol, so always make sure that the symbol you want to trade is the one on the symbol. The pair you want to trade is the one on the symbol. Like I want to trade USD CHF. Then always make sure you calculate your volume. Your volume is the same thing as your lot size. Take note of that. The volume is the same thing as your lot size. Now this is where your stop loss and take profit is in respect to pip value. Then this is where we have the types of orders. So we have market execution and we have pending orders. All right, I'm going to first of all treat market execution before we now come back to pending order. So the market execution is what we mostly use as traders. So this is USD CHF, and from the look of things, I believe this market is supposed to sell. So I just come to the market and I know it's going to sell. I'll click on sell. That is the instant execution we are talking about, or market execution according to what we have here. But on phone is an instant execution, and the laptop is market execution. So you are executing at the current price. So but for every trade you enter, there must be a stop loss and a take profit. That is risk management. I remember I said that the risk management should always be 1:2. The risk management should always be 1:2. So I'm going to set my stop loss above this high, and my take profit is going to be low. And I said it's a minimum of 1:2. So this is my entry price. My stop loss, I'm now dragging my crush hair to check this high. This high is what? 35 pips. Okay, so I'm going to write down the value. My stop loss is 35 pips. I'm going to write down the value, which is 0.89494. Then I'll make sure my take profit is 70 pips. All right, I've gotten to 700 points. It's not compulsory that you must get the exact 700. 70.4 is okay, 7.1 is okay. If you get the 700, excellent. All right, you get the 700, excellent. So my take profit, I will now write down my take profit since it's 70 pips, which is something as 700 points, will now give me 0.88436. That is my take profit. Now once I have done that, there are two ways in which I can modify, I can set my stop loss and take profit. I'll press my Ctrl T, which is the terminal from what I said yesterday. Then I'll right click on the trade and click on modify order. All right, that is what I need to do. So when I am modifying, so for every trade you enter, you don't just trade blindly. You have to protect your money. So I'm going to set the stop loss that we wrote down initially, which is 0.89494, and I'll impute my take profit, which was 0.88436, and I'll OK it. Now the trading is very simple. It is garbage in, garbage out. All right, so you can see now that if I use my crosshair to highlight my trade, I can see my pip value as minus 35.3 pips. All right, which is in points. Then you can see that the lot size I'm using here is one lot size, and for that 35 pips, my stop loss is now at $395. So if you highlight your stop loss, you actually see it. Then I like my take profit, you will see that is about 70.5 pips, or which is 70.5 705 points, which is 70.5 pips. All right, so and we can see the take profit value because it is what one lot size. Do we understand? So that is how to enter an instant execution. I'm going to give another typical example, and I'm looking to buy GDP USD. Okay, I'm going to be buying GDP USD. So the same thing is going to be applicable. I'll click on new order. So the same thing is applicable for a buy. But now, okay, so all I need to do is, let me say I'm reducing my stop loss. Alright, sorry, my lot size, which is the volume. So I'm going to be using half of a lot size, which is 0.5, so that you understand. So I'll click on buy. Now, the first thing you need to take note is when you're buying, your stop loss will be down and your take profit will be up because you want the market to go up while we were selling. That is the major thing you need to take note. Your stop loss will be up because you want to sell, meaning you want the market to go down. So your stop loss is going to be up, so that if it goes wrong, you will now have a calculated stop loss. All right, so since I am buying, my take profit will now be what? Up, and my stop loss will be down. Now I can simply go to Control T again, which is the terminal. Our USD CHF is already in profit, about $5. So all I need to do is also right click. You can see for the USD CHF we have our stop loss and take profits here. So our GBP has no stop loss and take profit. All we need to do is right click and modify. But another simple way to do this is, instead of just right clicking from the terminals and modifying, I can actually drag on my screen. Just take your cursor and use it to highlight the entry. Once I do that, it will show drag to modify. So once I see it, I can now left click and drag downward. You have to now left click on it. I want my stop loss to be below this low, which is about 30 pips. All right, do not use one click trading. Is wrong. I don't like using it. So that 30 pips is equivalent to 1.2474. 1.2474. So the entry price, now the assignment I want to give us is so that you understand the pip calculation properly. We are entering the market at 1.25056, and our stop loss is 1.2474. If you subtract it, you'll be having grossly 30 pips, which is 300 points. Can somebody please quickly do that subtraction for us? Somebody please do the subtraction for us and give us your answer. You will see what I'm saying. I believe you are seeing my screen. Okay, the subtraction is 1.25056, and our stop loss is 1.2474. That is where I want my stop loss value to be. So if you subtract it, you will get about 0.0030. That is 30 pips. All right, so while if I now want to now set my take profit, I will set it above the entry. So I'll simply drag to the top. All right, I'll simply drag it to the top. Remember, our stop loss was 30 pips. Now, another thing I mentioned earlier is always calculate your risk. Could be 1:2, but this time around I can take 1:3. So since my stop loss was 30 pips, I can take a take profit of 90 pips. This time around, what it simply means is I am using 1:3. All right, so I made sure it was 900 points, which is 30. So that will give us, for my take profit is now 1.25942. That is my take profit. All right, like I earlier said again, if you were to subtract it from our entry price, which was 1.25942, you will now be able to get the same value. As your answer should be around 0.0900. That is what 90 That's about 90 pips. All right, so now remember, since we're using 0.5, our profit target will now be what? 0.5. Can somebody simply answer 0.5? 1 pips is how much? 1 pip is how much? For 0.5, 1 pip is how much? 1 pip is, if I recall very well, 1 pip is what? $5. For 0.5, 1 pip is $5. So what this means is that the second question now, based on what we learned yesterday, since our stop loss is 30 pips, how much are we losing since we are using 0.5? Can somebody answer that question? Then another person should be answering, our take profit is 90 pips. Since we are using 0.5, how much are we going to make if this was to hit our take profit? And somebody answered that quickly. For manual calculation, please, we don't have time. I know we should have a few mathematicians in the house, so somebody can simply answer that question. Okay, I think my answer is about 150 pips. Since one lot size is $300, so 0.5 should be half of that amount, which is just 150 pips. And our take profit, since it's 990 pips, our take profit should be around $450. We're not participating in this class. Can you hear me? If you can hear me, just say hello, because I don't like the silence I'm having. Are we still together? Are we together? Can you hear me? Okay. Okay, but we're not answering my questions. I asked, okay, the first trade we took, our stop loss was, I think, 30 pips. This one again, our stop loss is 30 pips. Now this is for instant execution. So as I'm about to teach the pending orders, I want us to participate in the class. All right, so unlike instant execution is you have been able to predetermine that the market is going to buy. You just click on buy immediately. While for a sell, you know the market is going to sell, you click on sell immediately. That is instant or market execution. But for pending order, you have to now predetermine that, okay, this market is going to buy. You will now place an order, like an instruction saying that if price gets to a certain amount, the trade will now be executed. So it becomes a pending order. So we have basically 4 types of pending orders. Non-pending order on the MetaTrader 4, but I think on the MetaTrader 5 we have 6 types. But right now we're using MetaTrader 4 to learn, so I'm going to just teach the types of pending order we have on the MetaTrader 4. Alright, so when we click on new order, first of all, now the difference between the pending order and the instant execution, for the instant execution we wanted to sell, boom, we clicked on sell, and before we now modify our stop loss and take profit. But on the other hand, for pending order, you have to predetermine everything. Alright, you have to first of all predetermine your stop loss and your take profit. Now, I'm going to do a very typical example. The differences is we have new order and we have the pending order. So these are the 4 types of pending orders we have. We have buy limit, sell limit, buy stop, and sell stop. So I'm going to start with explaining the buy stop. Now the buy stop is more like you're placing an order above the market price. So a buy stop is an order placed above the market price in anticipation that the market is going to buy. And before you do that, make sure, since you're buying, your take profit will be up and your stop loss will be down. Okay, so this is, I'm opening the gold chart on the hourly time frame. I'm anticipating this market to buy. All right, so what do? I don't want to join the buy at this price. I have to make sure that the buy is above the market price. So at every point in time, for every pending order, there must be an entry price, a stop loss, and a take profit. That is what just a minute. That is what every pending order should entail. So have that at the back of your mind. Now, just a minute. Okay, so as I was saying, every pending order should have an entry price, a stop loss, and a take profit. So since I want to place a buy stop on gold, my entry price, the rule is each pending order must be minimum 10 pips above market price, otherwise it will not be executed. So like any day you want to place a pending order, and I don't want somebody to start calling me, oh, I was trying to place a pending order, it's not working. So take note that every pending order must have a minimum of 10 pips above or below the market price before the pending order will be executed. So, but I believe here is well above 10 pips. The market is currently at 1917, so this is 1918, so it's well above 10 pips. So our entry price is going to give us above this market price is 1918.5. That is my entry price. All right, so I'm picking my stop loss below the market price. So I'm using 40 pips as my stop loss. And for that 40 pips, that is my stop loss because I'm buying is going to be below. Take note, because we're buying, the stop loss is going to be below. So for that 40 pips, our stop loss is 1914 plus 4.48. Automatically, our take profit for gold, I prefer trading 1:2.5. So it's not compulsory I must use 1:2 or 1:3. I can use 1:2.5. So 40 pips, it is my take profit is what? 100 pips. So my take profit is going to be 19 for 100 pips, 1928.58. So you see, before I even think of the trade, that's one of the beauties of pending orders. You plan your trade. All right, so with this, depending on my account size, I can now know that, okay, if I'm trading 0.1, if I'm trading 0.1, for that 40 pip stop loss, it means I'm losing only $40. And when the trade is correct, I will make $100. If I'm using one lot size, it means I'm risking $400. And if the trade is correct, I'll make $1,000. While if I'm using 10 lot size, it simply means I'm risking $4,000 to make what? $10,000. That is what it means. So always know that every account size is not the same thing. So when I click on new order, I'm going to select what? Pending order. Then I will go to what? Buy stop. I'll go to buy stop. Remember, I picked an entry price, and that was 1918.5. Then our take profit was what? Our stop loss, sorry, was 1914.48. Then our take profit is 1928.59. All right, so I'll place my order. Good. I'll place my order. So you can see, I can actually shrink my chart from the right hand side here, so that I can sometimes so that I'll see what I have done. So this is my stop loss. You can see it's about 40 pips. Because I'm using 0.5, it's minus 200. If it was one lot size, it would be what? 400. And my take profit is now what? Around 500. Now, the beauty is when you come to your terminals, you can see the trades that we have running is running. As you can see, it's what? Because price is moving, and luckily it's moving in our direction, we are in what? Profit. But if you now come down, we now have our what? Pending order, and it's boldly written. Make sure you check for correctness. We have buy stop. This is the position size. This is the symbol gold. This is the entry price, stop loss, and take profits. You make sure that everything you did is what? Correct. That is your buy stop. It's as simple as knock knock. All right. Then for your sell stop, I think I'm going to be using. Let's see if we can use. Let me check this pair. I have a couple of pairs in mind we can use for set stop. So remember, when you open a new chart, all you need to do is to load your already pre-saved templates. Okay, I think this market might likely sell tomorrow, and yeah. Now instead of just jumping on the sell, and I know I'm going to sleep, oh, I think I should use USD card. I think it's supposed to be a surer sell. Okay, good. Things are already selling even. Let's look for a market that has not gone far. So our stop loss will be tight. Okay, excellent. USD JPY has not sold. So what do we do? Now I'm anticipating for this market to sell tomorrow. Alright, so what I'll do is, instead of just jumping on the sell, I'll place a pending order, which is a sell stop. So in this case, a sell stop is now an order placed below the market price in anticipation that the market is going to sell. All right. Now, I am sorry for those of us who are kind of, how will I explain it? I'm actually not defining from any book. I remember I said I'm going to be doing more of practicals, and I already sent a couple of books on the group, so I expect some of us to have read each topic we're going to be studying. I always state the topic we're studying for the next day, so I'm not going to start doing textbook reading for us. We'll be doing more of practicals, so please take notes. Okay, so that said, we can't start taking notes again. We can't start writing notes because we are not in a regular conventional classroom. Okay, so sell stop is just just the opposite of the buy stop in a nutshell. So since buy stop, you are buying above, you are placing an order above market price. The sell stop is you're placing an order below market price. That is your sell stop for you. And like all pending orders, you have to determine entry price, your stop loss value, and your take profit. So let's do that. So my pending order is going to be below market price. So this is the market price here right now. So I'm placing it below this order. So I'll always write down. With time, I'll teach you how to draw up a trading journal, but it's not difficult when we get there. Let's just master our basics. So my entry price for USD JPY sell stop. For those of us using our phones, we can actually place this order. All you need to do is open for the gold buy stop we did. You can repeat, take down the parameters. So you can take down parameters for USD JPY. I want us to actually place this pending order together and screenshot and send to the chat group if you have a MetaTrader 4 on your phone. Alright, so our entry price is going to give us 147.636. That's our pending order. Since we are placing the sell stop, our stop loss will be what? Above. So let's say I'm taking a 30 pips stop loss. So I'll write my stop loss is 30 pips, but it's the price value that I need from that position. So it's 147.943. So I'm going to be taking 1:2, which is 60 pips, so that we can get out of the trade on time. Take profit is now 147. Okay, 1470. So I haven't done that. After taking down my parameters, I will now click on new order. If you are on your phone, click down on click down on USD JPY. All right, if on your phone. I'm sorry, I can't teach with the phone. Teaching the system is better. Or maybe one of these days, we'll just look for a way to do a comprehensive usage of phone. Okay, because I know many of us in this class are using phone, so apologies to everybody using phone. We'll look for a way to do that. Okay, so if you are using your phone, click on USD JPY, then you can click on new order. When you click on new order, where the market execution, you tap on it, you can now see the different type of pending order. So you can now select sell stop and impute the parameters that we have just entered. So the price, okay, yes, I see some people saying, oh, let's I'm using phone. So it's not really difficult. There is no more difference. There is no more different. I'll see if I can use one of these days to run how to configure your phone and how to place the pending orders on your phone as well. I'll try and do that. Okay, so this time around I'm going to be using a bigger lot size, 5 lot size, and market as a pending order. So I'll be using sell stop. Now if you make a mistake, let's say I impute those figures and change it to buy stop, the market will not be executed. So it's important you are very correct in whatever you're doing. So my entry is 147.638. So you can take down the parameters and try to impute it as well. I would love to see your screenshots. Our stop loss is 147.943 and our take profit is 147. I'll place it and boom, is in. So the trade, like I earlier said, will not be executed because it's a pending order. As we can see, it's a pending order, so it's still not active. All right, so I believe we understand what the buy stop and the sell stop is. Now, having said that, we're going to learn the remaining 2 types of orders, which is the sell limit and the buy limit. Now, unlike the sell stop, the sell limit this time around is an order, it's a sell order placed above market price. Okay, it's just like, how will I explain it? It's just like you are in a bus stop and you want the market to, more like, okay, you are in a bus stop and you want to continue your journey along a path. All right, when the car stops, you join and the car continues its journey. Please, you're just coming to the call. You can simply mute yourself so that I will not be hearing the background noise. Thank you very much for your understanding. So now we can see that this is USD CAD and this market is already selling. This market is already selling. So since it's already selling, and let's say for example the market has gone far. All right, I don't want to join the sell here. If I click on this sell here, my stop loss will be too much. It will be around 40 pips. And maybe according to my trading rules, I cannot take 40 pips stop loss. So what do I do? So in anticipation that the market might do some pullbacks, I might set a pending order. Let's say I want the market to get back to this zone before I sell. All right, let's say I want the market to get back to that zone before I sell. So I can now say I'll place a pending order above the market price. This time around is a sell stop in anticipation that the market is going to I still want to sell, but unlike sell stop, I'm placing the market below the current price. But for a sell limit, I am placing my my entry price above the current price, meaning my stop loss will still be what? Will still be up, and my take profit will still be down. That's the rule. Now the beauty of pending order is it helps to minimize your stop loss. Now what I just did now might actually play out tomorrow. So I'm going to pick my entry price. I want the market to get to this zone. Alright, so like I always say, for every pending order, set your entry price, your stop loss, and your take profit. That is what you always do. Alright, so my entry price must for a sell limit. Remember, so our order now is USD CAD sell limit. That is our order. Alright, so my entry price is and must be above current market price. So I'm picking 1.36735. Now my stop loss must still be up because I am selling. So let's say my stop loss is 20 pips. That will be 1.36938. Then my take profit this time around, when I'm doing a sell limit, I prefer using at least 1:5 or 1:3. Okay, for the essence of this class, let's do 1:3. That will be giving us 20 pips stop loss. 1:3 will give us 60 pips take profit. So my take profit is 600 points. I'm using my crush here. So for those using phones, somehow you'll be doing your manual calculation this time around. Alright, and I believe I taught us how to do that yesterday. So I haven't done that. I will now click on my pending order. Then I'll click on my new order. It's always at market execution. I'll change it to pending order, but this time around I'm using the sell limit. Alright, so I'll put at the price. The price we said we want to buy is at 1.36735. Our stop loss is up here. This is 1.36938. Then our take profit is down 1.36129, and I'll place the order. Alright, I'll place the order. Now this is, if the market was to go above here, it will peak, but if it doesn't, I think there's a function that can help you. If you know you don't like what you did, you can actually delete the order, or there's beautiful enough, there's an option to delete order. There's also an option to modify order. Alright, then you can choose when you want the order to expire if it doesn't peak. So if tomorrow by this time tomorrow this order has not peaked, I want it to expire, you can actually do that. Alright, it's very important too. Okay, so that is your sell limit. Alright, then if I want to now place a buy limit, I'll have to look for okay, I think, yeah, this market is buying already Euro USD. I think we're buying GDP USD. Euro USD is already buying. I know it's still going to buy some more, but like I earlier said, let's say if I want to join here, it means my stop loss will be up to 30 pips. So let's say I want to reduce the stop loss in anticipation for tomorrow. So a buy limit is now an order placed below market price, still in anticipation that the market is going to buy. So this is just what your buy limit look like. You want your entry must be below the market price. I believe we are watching the market price. This is where the market price is. So I must place my entry below the market price in anticipation that the market is going to buy. My stop loss will still remain down. My take profit will be up. Alright, this is just in case that the market wants to do a pullback tomorrow morning before the buy finally happens. So my entry will now be where I marked, which is 1.0. I'm going to use 1.07. My entry for Euro USD buy limit. So always write down your parameters for a pending order. It will help you not to make mistakes. So you write down your entry, stop loss, and take profits. Our entry is 1.07 for a buy limit. I can confidently use a very tight stop loss. That is one of the advantages of using your limit orders. So I'm going to use 15 pip stop loss, which will give us 1.0683. My take profit is going to be up. Okay, that is about 15 pip stop loss. So I'm using a take profit of 1.08. That is about 115 pips. Alright, that is more than 1:5 to be precise. Okay, so all I need to do, click on new order again. But okay, just a quick one. There's a shorter cut apart from clicking on new order. So pay attention to what I'm going to do. I'll take my cursor to where I want the order to be. I'll right click on that place. You will see trading. You should remember that for a buy limit, you are placing it below market price. So there are two orders that you can place at market price, at below market price. It's either a buy limit or a sell stop. So you can see buy limit at 1.07 or sell stop at 1.07. That is a shortcut. So I want to buy. So I'm picking a buy limit. So automatically that gives me my entry price, 1.07. Remember our take profit is 1.08 and our stop loss is 1.0683. That's about 30 pips, and we'll place our order. Good. This is what we now have. Okay, so I believe I've explained in a nutshell what buy stop, sell stop, and pending order is. So far so good. Do we have any question? Okay, please sir, was late, so okay, due to some reasons, please can you get the recorded class? Yes, I would get the class is actually being recorded, and at the end of the section I'll upload it. If you can have the recorded section and the practical, it will be helpful. Excellent. We'll have it's recorded, don't worry, it's recorded. Alright, so any question? Yes, the class is being recorded. I'll call out the parameters for all we've done, especially for these last two. For Euro USD, the buy limit entry was 1.07. Take profit, which is TP. So TP means take profit, is going to be up, which is 1.08, and our stop loss is 1.0683. All right, that is for Euro USD buy limits. All right, we also did some other orders, which was sell stop and buy stops. Okay, but I think I have these parameters here. So I have USD card yes, USD card sell limits. So you can practice what we have done, and you can look for other pairs and also try to practicalize, calculate the peak value, pick your entry, pick your stop loss, and your take profit. That's an assignment. You can screenshot and send to the WhatsApp group, and I will check if they are correct. Okay. Okay, we have a USD card. So our entry was 1.36735. We had our stop loss at 1.36938 and our take profit at 1.36129. Okay, so the whole idea is trying to understand the concept of how to buy. It's either you're buying instant execution or you're using pending orders. And I've said that we have 4 types of pending orders on MetaTrader 4. We have buy stop, sell stops. Buy stop is placed above market price. Sell stop is placed below market price. There were buy limit and sell limit, which is what we are treating right away. All right, and always remember that for it to be easy for you, write down the parameters before you place the pending order. Unlike for instant execution, where you can just click buy and sell and start modifying your trade. Okay, so any questions? Sir, please, is it possible to have to take profits in a trade? No, you can't have to take profits in a trade. What you do most of the time is two ways. I believe I would find a way to explain those ones later. You have two things. You can either take a very large position size, let's say one lot size. You at a particular take profit you want, like we are selling USD CHF. Let's say price drops to this level. All right, 30 pips. Even though our take profit is what at 70, 80 pips. At maybe 35 pips, I can partial close. I can right click and click on close, but instead of closing everything, I'll reduce the lot size to maybe 0.5. That way, I am taking half of the profit. That is partial closing. That is one way. I think which other pair are we on? We are on USD, we are on GDP USD buy. Okay, so we can also do the same thing. I think this is supposed to be in profit. So instead of closing everything, I will reduce the position size. So it's all depending on the market has not gone fast. So let's hope that tomorrow we are in good profit so that we'll practicalize what I am saying. That is one way of taking partial profits. Those are part of trade management that we'll also learn as the class progresses. But other than that fact, instead of entering what you can do is entering multiple positions. So I am selling USD JPY here. I can click on another cell actually. I can click on I don't know, things we have okay, so let's say I'm taking more buys now on GDP USD. This time around, this is two positions. So I can set another take profit, is if that answers your question. So our first take profit was about 90 pips. Maybe I want another position at 40, half the profit. All right, so I'm setting that take profit at 45 pips. Okay, and we're good like this. Remember I said you can modify either from your terminals or from the from on the chart by dragging on the screen. So this is what we will have. Okay, so you can have you can modify on. So in this case now I already have what I have two trades with two. I can have two positions on one trade, but two different take profits. Are we getting it now? Two different take profit. As you can see, I think one of our GDP USD is in good profit, $28. So let me practicalize the first one. All I have to do is click on close order. But instead of closing the whole one lot size and collecting the $28, I'm going to partial close. So I'm taking half of the profits. I've reduced my lot size to 0.5 and I'll click on close. So when that happens, you will see that what we now have is what $13 as my what profit. And all I need to do is go to my what history. You can now see the $13 that I've made, and I partial close 0.5. That is taking part of the profit. I believe I've answered your question. So it's two ways. You can either partial close your profit or you take different positions on one trade. which I do not advise. So if you want to take that, you make sure you calculate each position, the stop loss. Remember our stop loss is 30 pips on GDP USD. So one lot size 30 pips is $300, another 30 pips is 300. So I'm actually risking invariably $600. That is the disadvantage of entering too many positions. Now, why I'm doing all of this is a lot of us have learned to see trading as gambling. No, it's not gambling. You have to learn proper money management from the beginning of your trading career. It's very, very important. All right. So, any other question? Any other question? Right. So, the essence of this class today is just to properly explain lot sizing and types of trading, types of orders. All right, so I believe we've done justice to that. Tomorrow we'll be talking about types of analysis and type of traders, and that will help us round up the basic class. All right, so in answers on any other question, we can do our assignment and post to the WhatsApp group. But in answer to another question, we'll call the class to an end. I want to encourage us to always join on time, exactly 8 p.m. Nigerian time, so that we can start on time.